Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Details are now emerging as Johnson Sakaja, the governor of Nairobi County, is stranded as Nairobi members of the county Assembly MCAs, led by Kileleshwa MCA Robert Alai, say they have finalized a motion with more than 20 substantive charges to impeach Governor Johnson Sakaja. They claim to have already secured enough signatures to meet the threshold, with a target of presenting the motion backed by 100 MCAs. Ladies and gentlemen, before we watch the video, as you always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel, because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So this is just a reminder. As you watch, please consider liking the video. Thank you so much for that like.
Members of the press, I think what has been happening in Nairobi is that we have ignored the problem in Nairobi, and we have found that the fish has rotten from the head. We have tried to highlight this. He has looked for excuses why he's not doing it. Mara, he is busy. Mara, he cannot receive calls. Mara, he cannot do this. And I think it's only fair that we demand that garbage are all collected, that all the Nairobi infrastructure is taken care of, is rectified, and it's clearly, we bring back the blame where it's supposed to be, which is with the governor of Nairobi, Arthur Johnson Sakaja. I think even if you go to the hospitals, you find a lot of functions are in a mess. If you go to the public health sector, where he's privatizing the functions of the county, he's privatizing the acts like vaccinations, things which are supposed to be performed by the Nairobi County. If you go there, even the people handling food in Nairobi here are now being vaccinated or given certificates by private health providers. I don't think that is fair to Nairobians. If you go to the businesses in Nairobi here, we don't say that the hawkers are not supposed to exist, but the hawkers are supposed to exist. But also the building owners who are collecting rent are supposed to get value for the money which they provide services to their tenants. So it's not fair to Nairobians that Arthur Johnson Sakaja continue being the governor of Nairobi. We ask that as of now, we demand that Arthur Johnson Sakaja exit as the governor of Nairobi, and he is taken care of through an impeachment process, which we have launched now, and we are going to ensure it is a members-only driven process. It is not influenced by any private person. It is not influenced by any contractor. It's not influenced by any leadership person in the leadership. The leadership will sign as MCAs. We have the charges ready, more than 20 charges. 20 substantive charges against the governor. We have enough signatures. We passed the threshold. In the 5th minute of collection of signatures, we already had the minimum required 42. We want to ensure that we are not going to take the motion with 42. We are going to take the motion with 100 signatures. Because we believe that this movement of 100 strong is to ensure that 100 elected and nominated MCAs are going to ensure that Sakaja, it is a whole house initiative. Everybody, it is very rare for us to agree on everything. But for the first time, you find it is very hard to get somebody supporting Sakaja in the midst of these MCAs. In all that regard, tunasema kwamba ili Nairobi iwak tena, Sakaja must go. Ili garbage itolewe Nairobi, Sakaja must go. Ili infrastructure ama barabara zijengwe, Sakaja must go. Ili maisha ya watu ichunguliwe kupitia kwa zanati zetu, Sakaja must go. Ili Nairobi iwaki kikamilifu, Sakaja must go. Asante.
After watching the video, someone called Cornelius Kariuki posted saying this: former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is meeting with senior allies alongside leaders from both Kenya Kwanza and Azimio at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Foundation offices in Upper Hill. The meeting, described as a high-stake crisis session, is reportedly focused on efforts to shield Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja from an impending impeachment. At the same time, Nairobi City County MCAs remain resolute in their push to oust the governor. The impeachment motion, citing 18 counts of alleged misconduct, has already secured 84 signatures from ward representatives drawn across party lines, including Jubilee, ODM, Wiper, and UDA. The MCAs are now working towards a symbolic target of 100 signatures, more than double the constitutional requirements of 42 needed to move the motion forward. That is what is happening with this situation. Kenyans, this issue of Sakaja being impeached is giving Sakaja a lot of stress. Because number one, he doesn't understand how he's going to cope up with this impeachment. At the moment, about 70 what? I want to confirm something that Akina Robert Alai they're dealing with. That already 86 MCAs have signed the impeachment. They are having 20 counts, charges against Johnson Sakaja. What is this that is going to make Johnson Sakaja get out of this hook? I've seen Raila trying to rescue Johnson Sakaja, not once, not twice. Just about 3 days ago, we were told that Raila met some leadership of the County Assembly of Nairobi and Sakaja, together with some members of parliament, in his Karen home. After that, still the MCAs went ahead and consolidated the counts, charges against Sakaja. And today again, they have signed and they had their press briefing confirming that Johnson Sakaja is going to be kicked out. The same thing today, we are being told Raila Odinga has rushed to have a crisis meeting pale Upper Hill, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Foundation, kuhakikisha kwamba is going to intervene on behalf of Johnson Sakaja. Remember, this impeachment has not started today. The impeachment started 1 year ago when Johnson Sakaja realized that the ODM MCAs, they were so furious on him and they were likely to join hands with other few MCAs who are in UDA and they were disagreeing with Sakaja, and they could, of course, impeach Johnson Sakaja long time ago. When Johnson Sakaja saw this, he went to Raila for a rescue. So Raila has been rescuing Johnson Sakaja now and then. As we approach 2027, Johnson Sakaja is like someone who is in between a rock and he has no option. But now, you know, the way I've always said in this channel, number one, remember we are having a governor who was impeached, and that is Mike Mbuvi Sonko. He was the second governor of Nairobi County after Evans Kidero. Today we are having Sakaja as the third governor. And the history of Nairobi County, we have never had a governor going 2 terms. And that is why to be a governor of Nairobi County is not easy. It is not easy. So you can just say nothing will happen to Johnson Sakaja, the way some said nothing was going to happen with Sonko. But today, it is the turn of Sakaja, where Sakaja, some individuals are even saying at the MCAs they cannot impeach Johnson Sakaja. It is just a game, and this MPs wants to be paid. I can tell you, these MCAs can impeach Johnson Sakaja anytime from now, because their consistency shows The majority of the MCAs, they are so furious. They are so furious against Johnson Sakaja. And Sakaja has no option but to render himself, let him be impeached. When look at even some stories coming behind the scene, Sakaja amefanya mambo chini ya maji, zile chafu chafu, na no, kuna wengine hawatakubali. Utakubali tu. Johnson Sakaja is not a straightforward governor. He is one of those governors in the Republic of Kenya that when look at even their work, it's not straight. It's not straight. I can tell you for a fact and 100% sure. Because most of the time, you will be told, oh, Sakaja is clean. Oh, Sakaja has no dirt. But the reality is, Sakaja is having some issues with MCAs. At the moment, the MCAs have realized, no, this governor is playing with their minds. That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps that is my opinion. What do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye-bye till we meet in another video.